because I understand that you have retired, you're 50-0, you walked away from the game, you made a lot of money, but you made more money than any boxer in history. But I'll be damned if you're gonna be on this show and I ain't gonna ask you, are you thinking about coming back, Floyd Money Mayweather, with the Terence Crawford, with a Manny Pacquiao?
Great career, a tremendous career, an unbelievable career. But I mean, once again, we can't judge a guy. A guy is not great because he won one fight. To become a legendary great fighter, you must continue to go out there and beat good fighters and beat great.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. responded strongly after Terence "Bud" Crawford suggested that he was the better fighter. Mayweather pointed to his perfect undefeated record, championships across multiple weight classes, and years of dominance as proof that his accomplishments put him among the greatest fighters in boxing history.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gauge?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
However, Terence Crawford remains fully confident that his skills would give him the advantage. Crawford has said he would favor himself against a prime Floyd Mayweather Jr., pointing to his versatility, ring intelligence, and ability to change styles as key reasons he believes he could outclass Floyd in a head-to-head matchup.
Fight you or prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Shane Mosley believes Terence Crawford could potentially defeat the money version of Floyd Mayweather Jr., but he doesn't favor Crawford against Floyd in his prime. Mosley explained that a younger Mayweather was faster, more aggressive, and more explosive offensively. In his view, that combination of speed, movement, and attacking ability would make prime Floyd a much tougher challenge for Crawford.
It's kind of like has the same mentality I got. Like he's hungry and he's gonna come after you. Mayweather's very tricky, but at the same time, Crawford will go right-handed and left-handed. So it would be a big problem for Mayweather. And if Mayweather gets hit with Crawford, like I hit him and rocked, it might not end well for Mayweather. They might be over it. But Mayweather could outbox Crawford, I think, because Crawford has the mindset that I'm trying to knock you out, and Mayweather knows how to play to that I'm trying to knock you out type of thing, because he's used to people coming at him trying to hit him hard all the time. The only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo, when Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits hard.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has spent years defending his legacy as one of boxing's greatest fighters, backed by a perfect 50-0 professional record and world championships across 5 weight divisions. His resume includes victories over legendary names such as Manny Pacquiao, Oscar de la Hoya, and Canelo Alvarez. Because of that remarkable career, many analysts argue that few modern fighters have matched Mayweather's overall accomplishments inside the ring.
One of the great counterpunchers, one of the great boxers, one of the great fighters. I know he didn't get on his resume what was on the resume of some of these guys, but you can only beat the guys in your era. You can. I know he beat a couple really good guys in his era, and they were a little late. It was a little like Pacquiao was one of them. It was late in their careers. It wasn't when they were in the prime of their careers. I acknowledge that. I do. I acknowledge all of that. But he's still great. He's still great, and he's number 10. He starts this great list, and that's Floyd Money Mayweather. You know, 49-0. Again, I don't even know what record to give you.
50-0. They count.
All right.
So
50-0. I don't want to take nothing away from Floyd. You can't take nothing away from him. He's just.
Terence Crawford has consistently shown respect for Floyd Mayweather Jr. and has even described him as the best fighter of his generation. At the same time, Crawford's own accomplishments, including becoming an undisputed champion in multiple weight divisions, have naturally led boxing fans to compare the two and debate who truly stands above the other.
With your legacy to Floyd Mayweather, how do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. We ain't gonna.
Greg Hackett offered an interesting comparison between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, suggesting that Crawford could be the more complete all-around boxer because of his size, adaptability, and versatility. However, Hackett also recognized the enormous challenge Mayweather presents, pointing to Floyd's elite speed, experience, and undefeated record as major advantages that still make him one of the toughest fighters in boxing history to beat.
Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great. To me, I could be wrong, but he didn't look so great to me because he was learning a lot about Madrimov while he was in there with Madrimov, opposed to Floyd Mayweather fighting Canelo, and we already know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And it's totally different styles, but I still got to give it to Mayweather. His confidence, his endurance, his speed, his ring generalship. You know?
While boxing analysts continue to debate who is the better fighter, Terence Crawford believes the constant comparisons can take away from what makes each boxer unique. Crawford has continued to show respect for Floyd Mayweather Jr., but he also makes it clear that he wants his own career judged on its own accomplishments. Rather than being measured against Floyd's standards, Crawford prefers to let his own achievements shape how he will ultimately be remembered in boxing history.
You know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, he did that. Never. That's some hate type to me.
Like plot.
I ain't never been at.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has also emphasized that what separates him from many other fighters is his ability to take complete control of his career. He built his own path by making major decisions both inside and outside the ring, while relying less on traditional promotional structures. This level of independence allowed Floyd to shape his fights, business opportunities, and overall career according to his own vision.
And when I was able to do that, because I talked about this on numerous different platforms, you know, how I bought myself out my contract for $750,000, and then I made $750 million in 3 fights. So I'm a little different from the rest of the fighters, you know. The less you get hit, the longer you last. So I didn't want to take too much punishment inside that square circle. If you see a lot of fighters, they can barely walk, they can barely talk, but still, you know, Floyd Mayweather has made smart moves, surrounded himself with a smart team. And
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has said that his success comes from dominating both inside and outside the ring. He points to his undefeated record, powerful personal brand, smart investments, and ability to turn himself into one of boxing's biggest global stars as key factors behind his success.
I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as with my career. I really wanted to be everywhere. I wanted the Mayweather brand to be all around the world, not just in the U.S. or not just in a certain city. I wanted to be worldwide. You know, a lot of athletes, only thing, their careers are short. My career is long, and my career wasn't just inside that square circle. My real estate portfolio is unreal. Even with these gyms, we're going to constantly build, put people in position to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. And we want people to come work out. And I talked about this with Robert Smith the other day. You know, when I text Robert and we talk, I said, you know, Robert, we both get a lot of money. I don't have the money that you have. Of course, I done made over $1 billion, but health.
Meanwhile, Andre Ward, a close friend of Terence Crawford and a former champion, has strongly defended Crawford against criticism of his accomplishments. Ward points to Crawford's adaptability, technical ability, and skill at breaking down elite opponents as clear reasons why he deserves to be part of the same all-time great conversations as Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots, Jerron, it's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I could bet the house on, Bud, because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talking, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy, you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have.
Andre Ward has even gone as far as calling Terence Crawford the GOAT of his generation. As one of Bud's biggest supporters, Ward points to Crawford's impressive resume, dominance, and remarkable adaptability as qualities that set him apart from other modern fighters. After Crawford's dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr., Ward argued that Bud had earned the right to be seriously considered the greatest fighter of this era.
He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people called me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down.
Brian Bomac McIntyre strongly believes Terence Crawford has surpassed Floyd Mayweather Jr. as a fighter. Following Crawford's dominant performances and success across multiple weight classes, Bomac has praised his complete skill set, including his defense, adaptability, ring IQ, timing, and switch-hitting ability. He has echoed the argument that Crawford can do everything Floyd could do while bringing greater versatility and offensive creativity to the ring. Bomac also highlights Crawford's ability to adjust during fights and control opponents both mentally and physically. With Crawford becoming undisputed in multiple divisions, Bomac believes Bud continues to build a resume that places him among boxing's all-time elite.
Hat on, this time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Shane Mosley praised Terence Crawford as the more complete overall fighter, pointing to his physical advantages, longer reach, switch-hitting ability, and versatility. Mosley believes Crawford's ability to fight effectively from both orthodox and southpaw stances would create major problems for Floyd Mayweather Jr. and make him difficult to read throughout the fight. He also highlighted Crawford's size and power as potential advantages in a close matchup. At the same time, Mosley gave Mayweather tremendous respect, recognizing Floyd's elite defense, ring IQ, and world-class counterpunching. Even with those strengths, Mosley believes Crawford's adaptability and offensive versatility could ultimately give him the edge in a hypothetical showdown between the two undefeated legends.
Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford. Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era.
Roy Jones Jr. has also weighed in on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s legacy, acknowledging that Floyd is unquestionably an all-time great, but arguing that he was never unbeatable. Jones believes certain prime fighters with elite speed, aggressive pressure, and contrasting styles could have created serious problems for Mayweather. He emphasizes that boxing often comes down to styles, meaning even the greatest defensive fighters can struggle against opponents who combine timing, aggression, and adaptability. While Jones fully respects Floyd's undefeated record and defensive brilliance, he argues that greatness in boxing should always be judged in the context of different eras and stylistic matchups rather than assuming one fighter could dominate every possible opponent.
Anything a person does and stay undefeated that long, so I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Shabby was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go up top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got the 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano. Right. So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? You feel me? So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0.
Amir Khan has shown strong respect for Terence Crawford and believes there is a genuine argument that Bud could defeat Floyd Mayweather Jr. Khan points to Crawford's exceptional timing, ability to disrupt an opponent's rhythm, and smart adjustments under pressure. Based on his own experience facing Crawford, Khan recalls how Bud consistently made opponents miss by small margins before responding with sharp counter combinations. He also rates Crawford above many elite welterweights and believes even Mayweather's legendary defense could be tested by Crawford's combination of offense, ring IQ, and adaptability.
After the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm, but I have to say, probably one of the best fighters I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fighters like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points. And obviously Mark got caught with a good shot and got knocked out, whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing. And just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being...
On a recent episode of ESPN's First Take, Stephen A. Smith praised Terence Crawford following his unanimous decision victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling him the best fighter in the world. Smith highlighted the significance of Crawford moving up in weight and defeating a dominant champion who held all 4 super middleweight titles. He also praised Crawford's technical ability, mental toughness, and consistency throughout his career. In Smith's view, Crawford's undefeated record, victories over elite opponents, and success across multiple weight classes have earned him a place at the very top of boxing's current hierarchy.
Fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part, and it was definitely a legacy fight, something he had told me.
While Terence Crawford is often praised for stepping away after building an impressive legacy, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s recent exhibition fights have faced criticism from boxing experts. Critics argue that these events can hurt Floyd's legacy and the sport's credibility because they often involve mismatches against influencers, YouTubers, or non-elite opponents instead of legitimate contenders. With limited competitive value, some believe these exhibitions do little to enhance Mayweather's standing. Promoter Eddie Hearn has also criticized one of Floyd's exhibition appearances, describing it as horrendous, and arguing that events like these can negatively impact boxing's reputation.
But other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you got a guy in the environment that we're living at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out at the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into. I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him. He made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at the press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Do you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was...
So, who has the stronger legacy? Floyd Mayweather Jr., with his perfect undefeated record and carefully managed career, or Terence Crawford, who built his reputation by consistently taking on elite opposition at the highest level? That debate ultimately comes down to what you value more in boxing: an unbeaten resume and long-term dominance, or the quality of challenges and accomplishments against top-tier competition.